Hello, this is Mrs. Helliwell. Thank you for taking your time to watch this video all about the upcoming year for Year 4. I'm going to start with our aims and values. Our number one aim for our Southdale family is that we shine like stars in the universe in everything we do. We refer to this at Southdale as a Southdale Sparkle. We like to challenge the children and never ever give up easily and have the highest expectations of ourselves and others. With many Christian values, and all these are covered within our collective worship, and they underpin the life of our school, and we constantly show these through our everyday practice. Things like respect and trust, truthfulness. We've got 3 basic rights at Southdale, and our rights at Southdale are to be safe, to learn, to be able to learn, and to respect everybody. These are linked within our behaviour policy, and we do try to focus on positives, and we have stars for the children to collect throughout the week so they can earn extra playtime, which we also like to put lots and lots and lots of positive things in planners. That's one of the uses of our planners at Southdale. We do ask the children to bring their planners in every single day. We're hoping that the planners support the children to get ready for their next stage of education. We don't ask for them to be signed, and obviously if the children do forget them on an odd occasion, it isn't a big deal, but we do want them to get into good habits of bringing their planners in every single day, because they can be used for communication between school and home, and children then can also keep a record of their reading in there as well. If there's a message in, if you do put a message in the book, then it's really important that you train your child to let us know that it is there, just in case it is missed, or if it is very urgent. The best thing probably would be to make sure your children, you phone the office. Our routines start with at 8:20, sorry, the gates open at 8:20 in the morning, and learning actually can start from 8:20, so promptly the children do start their actual lessons at 8:30, but there's that 10 minutes where the children have got something that they can be doing in the class. At the end of the day, each day is 3 p.m, and we endeavour to get the children out on time. Our PE days for Year 4 this year will be Thursday and Friday. We will endeavour to try and keep to those days. However, if they do change, we will try and let you know in good time. Please don't stress though if the children, if it is changing, the children don't come to school in their PE kit that day, because it's not a big deal at all, and we don't want the children or you upset about that. Uniform is in our prospectus, and there's a photo, as you can see on that slide there, for the children. And we do ask the girl, any long hair to be tied back with a bobble. And we do ask the children not to come in any large headbands and glittery things on the head, and no jewellery and things. Homework in Year 4, we would like the children to read at least 20 minutes every single day, and I will talk about reading further on in the PowerPoint and the importance of that. And to do some timetable work, which can just be firing some questions at your child, not sat down, and make it fun really, because they will do a national test in Year 4 round about May, June time, but obviously it is a lifelong skill is times tables. Healthy snacks can be brought in the children's bags for break time. A piece of fruit or something like that is something that we would encourage. Our Year 4 group team, I'm Mrs. Helliwell, as I've just said, and I lead the Year 4 team. We've got Mrs. Duffy, Miss Rosamond, Mrs. Helen, Miss Woolley, and Mrs. Burrell. Mrs. Helen, Miss Woolley, and Mrs. Burrell are extremely experienced teaching assistants. Our journey in year 4 is exciting. We kick off our first narrative with a narrative called Once Upon a Raindrop, and the children learn all about the features of a river and encompass that within the science, the water cycle, and we look at changing state as well. The children visit Coxley Woods within that narrative, where they can actually have a hands-on experience of looking at streams and the river in Horbury. In our second part of the year, we look at It's All Greek to Me. We look at ancient Greek and the history and the legacy of the Greeks. And then we move on to Under the Canopy, where another one of our geography topics, where we look at the Amazon, look at all the geography within the Amazon, and we look deeply at the rainforest and the layers and the ecosystem which is encompassed within that. Moving on to Spring 2, in Spring 2 we do go to the Wildlife Park, where we look at animals in captivity and the reasons why they might be in captivity, and talk about the importance of looking after our animals and the ones that are being extinct, that are in danger of being extinct, and so forth. We do that through a lovely novel called The One and Only Ivan, and I know the children really enjoy it. Our next narrative is called Two Countries, One Island. This is where it's another geography topic, where we look at North America and we visit Haiti and the Dominican Republic, focusing on Haiti and the fact that the island is one island but two countries. In our final narrative, we look at another history topic, and we look at the Romans, where we're lucky enough to go to a Roman fort and spend the day training as soldiers, where the children can really enhance their learning through hands-on learning there. The trips in year 4 is Coxley Woods, which is I've already mentioned, and we've been to that already. Yorkshire Wildlife Park will come in around about the 19th of March. Robin Wood is a trip that it's fabulous for children. We hope all the children can come with us. That will be on the 29th of April to the 1st of May. And it's fabulous for the children to be away from home a couple of days, where they can really build on their resilience and their team building skills. Danelaw is where we go and to York, where we become Roman soldiers for the day, and that date is to be confirmed later. We will let you know as soon as we get that. A few trip pictures on the next slide, just to show how the children really enjoy the trips, and it does enhance their learning. We started this year to try and keep the knowledge that the children are learning throughout the year long term, making sure the children don't forget it once that particular topic has been finished. So knowledge organisers, we have sent the first one home, Once Upon a Raindrop, where there's key information on there which you can actually show your children and maybe just go through that with them. And also it's nice for you to see what they've been learning about. And upon that one, there's all the key vocab that the children will be learning. Books for the year. Within the first term, there's just a selection of the books that we will be reading. Really important. Children are immersed in lots and lots of different types of books, and we encourage lots and lots of non-fiction, classical and narrative book reading at school. And I know that the children are getting that love of reading already in year 4. We also have a different year 4 reading spine, where the books there are appropriate for the children's age, and we will be reading them to them, and they can also take a copy home to read at home. Reading is at the heart of what we do at Southdale. We aim to create a culture where children love reading and learn through stories. Research shows that if children read 20 minutes every single day, that in every subject they will excel. because reading is the fundamental thing that we all need in order to be able to access other subjects. So can't stress enough the importance of reading. Writing takes on a 2-week cycle where we do try and give the children a purpose for reading, so they can really get their teeth into a good purpose, and they actually want to read. We analyse texts, we use story mapping, we have a washing line where the children can keep gleaning ideas which they can all magpie together. We draft our writing, we edit and improve it, and then at the end of that the children have the chance to publish their work, which we make into a lovely book, so they can celebrate their lovely work being published. I've already mentioned about the maths and the times tables and timetable check at the end of the year, and how important, not just for the check at the end of the year, but the importance of times tables for lifelong learning skills. So important. Anything else that you can do, number bonds, little bit of money counting backwards and forwards, and just really as a little bit of a quiz when you're making tea, when you're in the car, and making it fun so it embeds those key facts. We've got a fabulous wider curriculum on offer at Southdale, and the children are hands-on afternoon lessons where the music, we've got a fabulous music room, and the PE, lots and lots of equipment there, and the cooking. The children are able to make their own recipes, and our next actual topic in autumn 2 will be the electrical topic, and the children will be hands-on learning there too. There is a video, I won't play it now, but it is, you can access that on the website, and it's well worth watching, so I'll click through that one. We're very, very keen on making sure our children's mental fitness is really focused upon over this next year, next few years, and our connections lessons will encourage the children to realise and understand more about their mental fitness, their social fitness, their physical fitness, where the children every single morning will do some journaling to clear their minds, have a mindful minute, so they can be set for the day. Just focusing on how our breathing. We have such a busy life, and it's something that we're hoping that the children can use, not just at school, but throughout their lives, so that if anything's getting on top of them, they've got that invisible toolkit around their waist that they can delve into and be able to access, and it will help them with their mental fitness challenges. Mrs. Wood has actually written our connection mental fitness curriculum at the moment, and she will be doing a further information session around about on the 19th of October at 5:45. Now I think something will go out on the Parent Hub anyway to remind you about that if you'd like to come and join us for that. CAMS, so the Children and Mental Health team, are also delivering a Managing Emotions parent session, which will, the dates to be confirmed, so look out for that also if that's something that you would like to be involved in. We're really, really keen this year to get the internet safety correct, not just in school, which we promote that all the time, but also for the children at home. The challenges that children actually have on WhatsApp, Snapchat, and things like that, and the negative mental health and tiredness that brings for children is being paramount more and more. If only, I don't know whether you've seen the Dove advert to see that a child suddenly at 9 gets a phone, and this happy child suddenly turns into a really sad, and it's really sad to see how quickly children can decline because of what they may be seeing on social media, or what they're accessing, or what is actually being messaged to them. So, that there's age limits for a reason, and I'm sure that every one of you will make sure that your children are accessing what is appropriate to them. It can cause all kinds of friendship issues and self-esteem. Already mentioned about the relationship and health education is statutory in schools now. Relationships education is taught through our connections lessons. equipping children with the skills to form and maintain healthy friendships. They'll also learn how to recognise unhealthy ones too. Health education is diet, fitness and first aid. It is also puberty, which is covered through science and connections lessons. This is in year 5 and year 6 and is statutory. We don't teach sex education conception, as this is non-statutory. However, I'm sure that if you wish to discuss this with your child at home, then when it's appropriate, when you feel that is appropriate, then that is something that you can do. Our SENCO is Mrs. Woolnough, and she is and we are as a team very passionate that every child can succeed. If you are worried at all about anything that you think your child is struggling with, speak to your class teacher in the first instance if you have got any concerns, but you can contact Mrs. Woolnough through the school office. Finally then, you can find us on X, the old Twitter, at Southdale Year 4 Southdale. I just want to take this time to say thank you for taking the time to look at the video, and we are looking forward to a fantastic year ahead and look forward to working with you for the benefit of our children. Southdale is a really special place with world-class status, and we're excited to see what the next year and opportunities that our children that this next year brings ahead. But we're so important to us that we work together to make sure that our children get those opportunities and don't miss out on a single thing. So thank you for listening.